Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it and I'd be able to deliver my best to your inbox daily. If you like our watches, you can buy them on the watchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches 24 hours a day on the watchbox.com, and we are global. Today we're discussing a watch that is an excellent candidate to be your one and only if you've got to have just one fine watch. A dress watch, a sports watch, a complication, an elegant watch, a watch from a bulletproof brand from a storied family. It's all of that. It's the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra annual calendar in stainless steel. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see its 43 millimeter case wears well. Now that's 43 millimeters from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. I will mention this is the pre-2017 Aqua Terra case, so it doesn't have the rather protruding crown profile that emerged after the reduction of the shoulders, nor does it have the horizontal teak deck dial that I found people don't seem to love. This is the older model that reigned from 2010 when the Aqua Terra Annual debuted to about 2016. So the watch on my wrist is easy to wear. Not only 43 millimeters, but a compact 43. It's 51.5 millimeters lug-to-lug, which makes it more wearable on a smaller wrist. I find perhaps the lower limit for this watch is somewhere between 14.5 and 15 centimeters in circumference, but thanks to the regular case shape and the unconstrained movement of the strap straight down if you must, this is a comfortable watch on a tiny wrist. It's thick, but not excessively thick. At 14.5 millimeters, you'll note that the sloped bezel does give it potential to slide underneath the cuff. If not the dress shirt beneath, certainly the jacket on top. The lug spacing is 21 millimeters. Should you wish to accessorize, 21 will give you a world of Omega OEM and aftermarket options. When I talk about unconstrained movement of the strap, here's what I mean. There's no conforming end profile to press against the case and cause the strap to flare or become stiff or fight you. You can pull it straight down around the tight curve of a small wrist. And the Aqua Terra lug profiles do turn downward rather dramatically. You can see if you follow that polished bevel, it's almost a 90-degree turn from the case band down around the wrist. So it doesn't flare out awkwardly if you're borderline size-wise to wear it. Take a chance. It's worthwhile. Now the strap is nicely made. Bolstered, it matches the swell of the lugs and then it thins out as it approaches the underside of the wrist. You'll see the strap is very supple for a relatively thick cut piece of leather. Alligator on the top, calfskin on the bottom with a monotone stitch and a folded edge. The clasp is a handsome piece, familiar to Omega fans. You'll have seen it on many models across many lines, but it's a smart piece because it tucks any excess strap length underneath the body of the clasp for a clean look once you've sized it down. There are no minder loops floating around on the opposite side of the strap to mar the look of the watch. Plus, with twin trigger release, it can't accidentally pop open, so you have that additional measure of security alongside the fact that it's a deployant and not a pin buckle. The case is simple and familiar. Anyone who knows Omega knows that the Speedmasters and the Seamasters make good use of this beveled profile. Satin finished case flank, polished bevel that flares at its edges. What I will mention, and this is the element that I alluded to earlier, in 2017 the Aqua Terras were redesigned. The vertical teak deck, which as you can see is symmetrical from striation to striation, became rather scattered and random to look more like the actual teak deck of a yacht, and it started running east-west rather than north-south. Not everyone likes that look. Moreover, for 2017, the case flank was reprofiled so that there would be no sheer protection against the crown. Right now it's nestled in, it's slightly countersunk to prevent it from getting sheared by a glancing blow. Omega went with a more traditional case profile that made the crown more pronounced and somewhat more vulnerable. Many prefer this design. You'll also note that the dial is upscale, and a teak deck preceded the arrival of the annual calendar. Teak deck, which is designed to evoke a yacht, came about in the late 2000s. The annual calendar bowed in 2010, and this might be the most versatile version of it. Polished, handsome bezel. You can see it's a minimalist conical profile. Black dial, black strap, white metal case, and high contrast indices. There will be a lume shot. This is really a watch that has, I would say, two lugs in each world. You have the dress watch world, and the Aqua Terra is a close relative of the original 1948 Omega Seamaster, which was not a dive watch, but a water-resistant all-arounder. And it is a Seamaster in the modern sense too, 150 meters water resistant with a screwed in case back and a screw down crown. This is absolutely an aquatic watch. High intensity luminescence. There will be a lume shot at the end of this video. Let's get a little bit closer. Give ourselves a bit more light to work with. And now examine some of the detailing. It is very handsome. You'll note that the teak deck is the center, and there's actually a dropped minutes and seconds track outboard. Highly stylized Dauphine hand for the hours and a vintage-inspired broad arrow for minutes. Note the monotone discs for the month as well as the day. It is an annual calendar, meaning you only need to make a manual adjustment once a year during the jump from February to March. Otherwise, it takes care of business. Now, when you thread the crown out, and it is a richly knurled crown that's rather easy to grip even with sweaty or wet hands. Pull it to extremity. Now you stop the watch so you can synchronize to a reference time. In its intermediate position, you have access to a quick set function for the date as well as for the month, so you can rapidly adjust when need be. You'll also note that it is a coaxial chronometer. Yes, a coaxial chronometer. It's both. Turn the watch over and you can see caliber 8601. It's based on the 8500, which was the first dedicated from the base plate up Omega family of purpose-built coaxial calibers. Earlier on, the 2892 and the 7750, as well as the Blancpain, or I should say Frédéric Piguet Blancpain 1285, were converted to coaxial with varying degrees of success. The 8500 and 9300 series have been bulletproof, and you can see why. Dual anchored balance bridge with a free sprung index. It's very shock resistant. It has the SI14 silicon hairspring for anti-magnetism. It has twin mainspring barrels, as you can see, poking out from underneath the barrel bridge, operating in series for a 60-hour power reserve and very even and consistent torque release from minimum wind to maximum wind, so it keeps good time. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, which means it is independently verified as quite precise. Omega, like Rolex, then checks the movement before it gets delivered to the customer, so it is tested as a fully cased up watch, not just the bare COSC test of the movement. Hacking and quickset, as you saw, 39 joules. This one is a beautifully made, albeit machine-finished movement, as Omega made the deliberate decision to finish its purpose-built coaxials a bit differently from the mainstream industry conventions. Rather than a linear Côte de Genève or circular Côte de Genève, there is this spiral arabesque pattern. You'll also note that it features blackened screws, not blued, not polished, a handsome and different look. If not hand-finished, thoughtfully finished without a doubt. This is a watch that really does put it all together. If you're looking for a single watch as a reward for a career milestone, a graduation, an anniversary, if you're looking for a one and only, this is an excellent choice. This is a watch that almost anyone can love, and at 43, it's a good size for a modern watch with sporting intent, but with handsome and classical proportions, it also has dress watch elegance when need be. You can see this dual mode all-star, this true two-way player, and make it yours on our website. And we're back with the Omega Seamaster 150 meter annual calendar. Steel and black by day, beautifully blue by night. Now, we talk a lot about the coaxial escapement, but we rarely explain what it is. It was invented by George Daniels, a famed independent watchmaker, a way of reducing parasitic losses in the escapement. Several different planes of jewels on a single axis impulsing several planes of escape wheel, the tangential action, the strike of the jewel against the escape wheel, helping to reduce the amount of energy dissipated in the process of conveying the train's power to the balance. You can see this one by light of day, case back included, on our website.